also call him Flash, fighting out of Los Angeles, California. Vasily the Matrix Lomachenko, one of the most technically skilled fighters in all of boxing. No one moves around the ring like Lomachenko.
This is going to be an intense stare before the fight starts.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Victorville, California, here is the exciting boxing sensation, King Ryan Garcia.
They'll be fighting under the lights tonight. What a unique environment as we get set for this high-energy showdown.
You can hear the noise, you can hear the fans. I've been to many, many fights like this, and it's very, very eerie.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. That hook scores. Good shot with the left. Punch, counter punch. Which fighter will say no mas? Nice counter shot. Perfect counter shot. Looking at social media right now, Johnny, and the entire boxing world is buzzing about this battle under the stars.
These fighters have had to block themselves off and say, right, that's it. Keep out of it. Now it's fight time. The whole day, everyone's been waiting for these two. This is it. This is sexy.
Better start respecting each other's punching power. They got out of the way of that right hook. Caution is being thrown to the wind halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counter puncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Does not score. Perfect punch. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. How about that time counter shot? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here. Here we go, it's round two. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move, you hit and you don't get hit.
Outside fighters create so much unpredictable movement, move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
both want the knockout. Good punch. So much firepower here. He's got a massive reach advantage. Let's see if he uses it.
Todd, reach as well as speed, reach as well as power. What more can a fighter ask for?
There's a counter shot. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Oh, what a punch! Hey, those punches add up. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. The straight right just misses. Nice counter punch right up the middle. The straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. As bad as...
That's his round.
There's the bell for round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. There's a scoring blow. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Both men step back for just a moment. despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
Dominance with...
Back at it in round 4. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The courage on display here is incredible. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
They're giving us a high-tempo show. Misses with the straight left. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
That's another scoring shot. A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That hook doesn't score. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Garcia in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope that...
And there's the bell for round 5. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Caution being thrown to the wind. Those counter punches have to hurt. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. That counter punch caught him clean. Lomachenko in trouble. Down goes Lomachenko. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
A shot from the gods took him out.
on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagle's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. So it's planned. Let's start the 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Uh-oh, Lomachenko just got rocked. Lomachenko on the canvas. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
A knockout